What is going on, YouTube? Got something new for the channel. I'm a huge fan of the M2 products, and I wanted to feature them a little bit more on the channel. I'll be calling it M2 Mondays. I thought that was a pretty catchy title. I'll be going over some of their model kits and just showing off some of their cars and other products. So to kick things off on this inaugural M2 Monday, I'm going with one of their model kits. Little Dodge action, and 1970 Dodge Super Bee 383. Very cool. I'm a huge fan of these model kits, and I've never actually put them together though. So let's get this all out of here and see what we're dealing with. There you go. Got everything to customize this thing out. I think this is a fantastic start if you're going to get into customizing Hot Wheels and stuff. This would be a great place to start. Very cool. Even has the screwdriver and everything in there. Pick different engines, wheels, wheel sizes, rims. Very cool. And you gotta love the lift there. Comes with some directions, which is a good thing. Although I can't imagine it being too complicated. At least for this first one, I should probably follow them. I said probably. And it looks like we have some wheel axles here. So let's crack this thing out of its plastic. Check that out. Running with the Dodge Scat Pack. Oh yeah. I love these lifts. They're very cool. If you're going to make a diorama shop, they are a must. All right, looks like first things first, we got to unscrew it from the base here. Not much to it. Just take out the couple screws and you are all good to go. So let's see what step number one is. So it says first step is to install the engine. Well, I couldn't get the hood open. It's pretty rough there. So I had to take a few pieces apart. Had to take the interior out, which very cool. I love the detail that goes into these M2 cars, and the dash, which as you can see there is pretty nicely detailed. Although when I was doing it, the grill popped off, so you got to be a little bit careful with these. But I think I finally have it figured out. But what's the use of putting an engine in if you can't open the hood? So which one are we going with here? I think I'm going with, you know what? I'm going with this one. Why not? So you just slide it in there and it should just pop into place just like that. Very cool. Click that down and put the steering wheel back in, which is what actually holds the hood in place. It's kind of cool. You got to appreciate the creative design that goes into these things. But now I can't open the hood, which is kind of a bummer. I'm sure I'll figure it out some other time. There we go. We got an engine in there, but a hood that don't open. Oh well. Door's kind of open. It's like they need a little bit WD-40. That's kind of cool. All right, hood's on, engine's in. Maybe if I just loosen these a little bit, they might be able to open a little bit better. Let's see. Oh, now they open too much. Tighten them down just a tad. Nope, a little bit more. There we go. A little bit looser on that one. That should probably be too loose. There we go. All right. Slowly dialing this thing in. Kinda. There we go. All right. Maybe if I loosen the screw on the dash, that'll allow the hood to open. A little bit. Not that great. I don't want to get it too loose. There we go. That'll work. All right. What do we have now? Install into floor insert. We got all the seats and everything already installed, so we are good to go there. All right, we got a couple different wheel options here, which is kind of cool. You can put some big old meats on here. You can go with the Goodyears or just the normal black wall tires. I think for this one, I'm gonna go with the Goodyears. They got a super narrow front. I think having the Goodyears on there would be pretty cool. And they got a couple different rim options that are kind of cool. I think I'm gonna go with these on the right, as I think they look a little bit better. And you get a front wheel that's real narrow to match. All right, I finally got these wheels mounted to the rims. It is a pain in the butt, especially these thick ones. The thinner ones were not too bad, but I ended up scraping off some of the label on the one tire. But oh well, cost of doing business, I suppose. So apparently, you're supposed to attach these to the wheels. The narrow ones go in the back. And just slide right in, apparently. And then throw these on the other side and squeeze. Just like that. The wheels are all attached. Interior's in. Let's put this all back together. Get my little screw. Kind of rolls a little bit. I tighten the screws down so doors open fairly easy. Just like that. Let's see if I can get this grill popped back into place. I need to put a little bit of glue on this grill to hold it in. It snapped off pretty easily, so hopefully that will hold it. This 70 Dodge Super Bee is all put together. Like the little exhaust coming out the back. 1970. Very cool. Sweet little ride. A little bit more complicated than I anticipated, but maybe that's due to my first experience with these M2 model kits. So, although I do think very, very cool turnout. Love the paint job on here. And yeah, so there we have it. This was a fun little model kit and really not all that time consuming. I think in total it took me about 10 minutes to put this thing together. And being my first one, that's probably on the high side of things. I think future builds will probably take significantly less time. And you could probably knock these out within, oh, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. They really aren't overly complicated, and you get a very cool turnout too once it's all put together. These things look really, really nice, and having the options of the wheels and the engine, and then always having the opening doors and hood is always a cool little touch. And you just gotta love the details that M2 put into these little cars. I think my only gripe is probably the cost of these things. They aren't that cheap, and you can probably buy 8 or 9 Hot Wheels for the price of one of these. But it is still a cool little experience, and you're left with a pretty cool diecast model here. Despite the price, I still think they're worth picking up. I mean, you get quite a bit more than what you get on your average Hot Wheel. The detail that M2 puts into these cars is second to none. I mean, you got painted headlights, a license plate, an exhaust, doors that open and close, a hood that opens and closes. The option for rims and engines is, in my book, well worth the price. And if you haven't done one of these before, maybe go pick one up and try it out and see what you think. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and we will see you on the next one.